Welcome back to the Fanboy Cantina. This is my out-of-the-theater reaction to Thunderbolts. I just saw it in theaters or the local AMC theater. This is an out-of-the-theater reaction. Going to try to go as spoiler light as possible. I really enjoyed this movie. I think, even though I haven't read actually many or any of the reviews, I have seen that it's been generally glowing, and I think in that regard, it is warranted. It is one of the better MCU movies. I don't think it's the best MCU movie ever, but it is quite strong. Some questions that people may have going into this movie may include, did I have to see Captain America: Brave New World? Did I have to see Captain America and the Winter Soldier? No, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or any of the Disney Plus series or things like that? And the answer is, I don't think you do. I think they do a good job of just taking you into the movie, such that while it is absolutely helpful to have seen any of these series, I don't think it's necessary. I think you get enough backstory explained in the movie to not have any kind of issues, but it may be helpful. Where I think the movie is strongest is in the back third. I would say the front two-thirds are enjoyable, or maybe that's the front third where, there are elements where I was kind of wrestling with the humor. It is generally a funny movie. There are many funny moments. But there were moments where the patter wasn't quite landing for me, and I was having those memories of like Thor and Thor: Love and Thunder, where I wasn't sure if it was just unscripted and we were just talking on, and then a lot of the jokes didn't land. It was kind of painful. But this movie is not like that, and but there are times where I just felt like it could have been a little bit tighter or something else. Florence Pugh, just to speak about her, when you watch Black Widow, you kind of had a question mark of, well, is the Yelena character going to be able to fill the shoes of Natasha Romanoff as Black Widow, or Scarlett Johansson, right? So she first appeared in the Black Widow movie. She also appeared in Hawkeye on Disney Plus. But you didn't get enough of her to have an impression of, well, will she be able to, carry an MCU film? And even though this is called the Thunderbolts, she is front and center for so much of the movie. And it is to her credit as a strong actress that the movie works, right? She is the standout in this movie, and it's because of everything that she brings into it, because of the emotion that she brings into it, that it works. It works very, very well. You feel for her, you feel for her character, you feel for her journey, and it's hard to imagine somebody else, doing that role and it working as effectively. So she was great, and I think it is because of her strength as a performer, as an actor, that the movie works. Even during the moments where the script may be a little bit, why is this scene as long as it is? So she's great. I think the rest of the performers are generally good. Sometimes it's a little bit cartoony or a little over the top. I think there are some story issues where, especially actually, as strong as that last third is, I think there are some issues where people are perhaps acting in ways that are not making sense. Maybe there's a scene missing. Drop my phone. Maybe there's a scene missing or something. Maybe there were rewrites. There's a couple issues in the beginning where there is a character. I don't want to spoil it. Something happens to a character, and everybody kind of moves on, even though that character was a main focal point in one of the more recent MCU movies. a little strange. Not sure about that. I did wonder, so there's this character, and you see him in the trailers, this reference to a Bob character, and that's played by Louis Pullman. I understand that Steven Yeun was originally cast to be in this character, in this role. And I think Steven Yeun could have done a really great job in that role, especially for, you know, some of the mannerisms and some of the... I could picture him doing that role. I'm not familiar with Louis Pullman's work prior. I'll look after this video. But I thought he was good. I thought he was good. I thought he was an effective performer in the role of, we'll just leave it as Bob. Yeah. So I think, generally speaking, the movie is quite good, quite strong. There are 2 end credit scenes, one in early on with the credits, the one and another one at the tail end. This is probably one of the more satisfying end credit scenes that we've had recently in a MCU movie. So absolutely recommend sticking around and watching both of them. And yeah, I'm excited for where the MCU goes from here. I think it's shaping up quite nicely with this movie. Okay, well, I think I'm just going to leave it there. I do want to talk about spoilers, but let's not do that. So thanks so much for watching. Post in the comments. Would love to hear your thoughts about the movie. Okay, just a little bit more. You know, I felt like from the reviews, from the headlines, that it was going to blow me away. And I don't have that feeling right now. I had a great time. I think it is a good movie. However, I think there are some story issues that took me out of it from time to time that were maybe unforced errors that could have been stronger or dealt with differently. But I think it's still a great movie. It's maybe not the best MCU movie ever or anything along those lines. But anyways, post in the comments. Would love to hear your reactions to Thunderbolts. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Post in the comments. Would love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching. This has been the Fanboy Cantina. Take care.